For the second part of my video, I'm going to be focusing on the self-regulation and social emotional learning that I do in the classroom. So one of the things I've done since the beginning of the year is we've done the zones of regulation. So in the very beginning, I explained to them what it means to be in each zone, and we do a lot of reading of picture books around the different feelings and talk about strategies for how to get ourselves out of specific zones. For example, to get out of the red zone, because that's not a good place to be learning. So after we learn about all 4 zones, we then move our magnets each day into what zone we're feeling. And then this gives me an indication of the way that they are feeling that day, and it shows me which students I need to talk to. It's also a great way for them to check in the morning. And then when we come to the carpet, we will do our morning circle and pass around our talking piece. And the students will say what zone they're in and why. And at this point in the year, it's about 3 different zones that they'll say they're feeling, and we explain that that's okay as long as they can justify why they're in that zone. And then also it's just a great oral language connection to the curriculum as well, because they're wanting to talk about so many things about them, so there's really quite a lot of curriculum connections to that. So zones of regulation we do daily. We also have some calm down spaces in the classroom, so here's one of them, our teepee. So if they're feeling like they need a little bit of a break, they can go there. Another space that we have as a calm down space in our classroom is this quiet corner, so they can pull the little sheet out and then have just a little quiet space to calm down and collect themselves. We also have our calm down bucket. So it has various items that they're allowed to use in order to calm themselves down. So the Hoberman sphere, there's Play-Doh, stuffies, a few different fidgets or lacing activities, there's coloring, so just things to help them calm their bodies down. We're also very fortunate because across the hallway we have something called the kids room. So the kids have gotten very great at asking for a break if they feel like they need one, and I have an SEA that's able to take them across the hall to go have a break. I think another thing that's been helpful for my children with anxiety or any other special needs has been the family tree that we have on the wall. If they're feeling like they miss their families, then they can come sit on the bench and stare at their family photos. One thing that I think I would do differently for next year would be to make a little photo album, so it's something that they could access more, because it's a little bit hidden behind our chart there. So I think that if it was in more of a book form, I know this class that I've had this year would really enjoy that more than looking at it on the wall. Another thing that I think really helps contribute to self-regulation is just the environment of my classroom. So as you can see right now, I don't have very many lights on. I very rarely have lights on in my class, and I have the lights blocked a little bit by some shears so that it's not as bright. And I have a diffuser that usually is like relaxing scents, and then lamps and natural light. So I think that a neutral, calm environment definitely has made a difference from my experience so far. And finally, another thing that I do to help support students that need assistance with self-regulation in the classroom is we have different wiggle seats. So there's certain students that have wiggle seats at the carpet. We have flexible seating, so if they're not able to control their bodies at the carpet, they can sit at benches or the chairs or any of the chairs at the tables. So I really allow them to be anywhere in the room as long as they can show me that they're listening. So that is how I support self-regulation in my classroom.